What's up, everybody? I've got 5 undefeated NBA trends for you that are active today, Wednesday, November 15th. We're going to get right into those. And as always, guys, I start by saying, please never make a bet based on any single trend. These trends are only to be used as part of your trend research. If you are using trends as part of your handicapping process, what I recommend you do is look at what you feel are all of the relevant trends for each game, weigh them out, and see if they weigh out more heavily on one side or the other. So, for trend number one here today, we're going to look at the Sacramento Kings. We're going to go back to last season when they are a road underdog, so capital AD for away dog, and the line is less than 4, so they are a road underdog of less than +4, and we'll hit the SDQL button. You can see that the over-under is 0-7, no overs, 7 unders. These 7 games stayed under by an average of more than 17 points per game. I love that margin. Again, I'm not concerned with sample size. I'm more concerned with the margin of victory. And this one has a huge margin of victory. And you can see that it is active today. The Kings visiting the Lakers. So let's move right into trend number 2. And guys, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Also hit the bell for notifications so you will know immediately when I drop one of these trend videos on this channel. For trend number 2, we're going to look at the Philadelphia 76ers. And yes, in the database, you do have to spell out 76ers. We're going to go back to December 11th of 2021. So almost 2 full years. We're going to look at them at home when they're taking on an opponent whose average, and basically this is rebounds minus their opponent's rebounds, simply put, rebound margin. So their opponent's average rebound margin on the year or on the season is greater than or equal to +3. And we'll hit the SDQL button. And you can see that the Sixers are 8-0 straight up, despite just an average favorite of about -2.5. 8-0 straight up, 8-0 against the spread, covering the spread by an average of exactly 6 points per game on average. As I've said before, with these basketball trends, I like the winning margin to be usually more than 2 possessions. This is exactly 2 possessions. So I'm using this one today anyway. This one is active. Sixers hosting the Boston Celtics. Now, do be careful here with this game. Celtics playing with revenge motivation as they lost to the Sixers recently. So they'll be looking for some payback in this game. Let's move right into trend number 3. And guys, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate if you'd hit the thumbs up to like this video. For trend number 3, we're going to look at the Cleveland Cavaliers. We're going to go back to last season when they're taking on an opponent whose average margin, which this is scoring margin, average margin is less than -6. So basically, they're facing teams who have a scoring margin where they're getting outscored by more than 6 points per game. And the total for today's game would be less than or equal to 221. We'll hit the SDQL button. And you can see that the over-under is 0-8, no overs, 8 unders. These 8 games stayed under by about 16.6 points per game on average. Love that margin. And you can see that this is active today. Cleveland visiting Portland. So let's keep this going right into trend number 4. And guys, if you have any trends or angles that you'd like me to look up on today's NBA games, drop them in the comments and I'll get to them when I can. If you yourself have any NBA trends or angles that are active today, Please drop them in the comments. Share those. We would all love to see them. For the next trend here, we're going to look at the New York Knicks. We're going to go back to last season when they're coming off a game where they scored 100 or less points. So previous points less than or equal to 100. And the line for today's game is between the threes, between -3 and +3. We'll hit the SDQL button. You can see that the Knicks, despite an average line of basically pick 'em, the Knicks are 8-0 straight up, 8-0 against the spread, winning these games by an average of 12.25 points per game. And you can see that this is active today. The Knicks visiting the Atlanta Hawks. So let's wrap this up with the fifth and final trend for today. And guys, as far as my page at dbbets.com today, I've only got one play today that I've sent out for clients. It is a college basketball total. Today is Customer Appreciation Day over at Wager Talk. You can get a bunch of plays for just $5 today. However, since I only have one play today, I'm giving it away for free. So all you got to do is go over to my page at dbbets.com and scroll part way down, and you will see my free play for today that is actually a subscriber play that I sent out to clients this morning. So the final trend for today, we're going to look at the Dallas Mavericks. We're going to go back to November 29th of 2022. And we're going to look at them when they're going against opponents who average 21 or fewer free throw attempts per game. So these are teams that I guess you could say aren't really good at drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line, as they're averaging 21 or fewer free throw attempts per game. So hit the SDQL button. You can see that the over-under here is 10-0. 10 overs, no unders. These games went over by about 17.5 points per game on average. Now, there was one overtime game here you can see in the right-hand column, overtime, one period there for the Spurs. So if we look at that and we scroll down, you can see that there were 23 overtime points scored in that game. So 23 points spread out over 10 games, that's going to drop that margin about 2.3 points. So you're still looking at an over margin of better than 15 points per game on average. So you got to love that margin there. And you can see that this is active today with the Mavericks visiting the Wizards. And that, my friends, is going to wrap up the NBA trend report for Wednesday. Again, if you got any trends you want me to look up for today, drop them in the comments. If you have any you found, please share those in the comments as well. Don't forget to head over to dbbets.com. Check out my free subscriber play for today. Also, be on the lookout for my college football trend report for this weekend. That will be coming out later this afternoon. And as always, guys, I'll close by saying best of luck on all of your wagers today.